Okay, everyone, we have a controversial video for you. I'm sure as you saw in the title, and this is just our opinion, and we kind of really like this topic, so we really want to make this video. If you don't like it, just try to listen to us first. We're not gonna try to shove it down your throat. We're just pointing out some facts here. It's kind of our opinion. So let's get to it.
All right. The main focus of this video is going to be comparing Jerry Rice to Randy Moss.
And a little bit of Terrell Owens.
A little bit of Terrell Owens, but the main debate 90% of the time is Randy Moss versus Jerry Rice is the best receiver of all time.
And almost always does Jerry Rice completely get cleared, and we think that it's more of a product of his kind of like the legend of Jerry Rice, not really Jerry Rice himself. You know, it's like a lot of people that kind of just like, oh yeah, Jerry Rice is the best ever. You know how Michael Jordan, everybody's just like he's the best ever, which we're gonna do a video on. Sneak peek.
We will.
It's just kind of like, okay, we're not saying he's not the best ever, but I mean, do we always have to just be like, he's the best ever, that's the end of the discussion? And if you bring up anybody, it's like, nope.
It's a predisposed thought.
It's like, the people that say he's the best ever, no doubt, it's not, I'm like, it's not that black and white. It's not that simple.
Exactly.
The league evolves. I don't want to say, are you saying the league regress, or somebody's just going to be the best and that's the end, and nobody can ever surpass him? So, we got a special video for you. Here we go. Randy Moss.
We can run through a couple stats real quick. Randy Moss played 13 seasons. Jerry Rice played 20. Career yards for Randy Moss is 15,292. Career yards for Jerry Rice is 22,895. Career touchdowns for Randy Moss is 156. Career touchdowns for Jerry Rice is 197.
All right.
These are strictly receiving. Jerry Rice does have, I think, 6. I think he has 6 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, Randy Moss has done some reverses. I think he has a touchdown.
Yeah,
I think he's taken it. Well, he did special teams a little bit.
These stats are strictly receiving stats. We're gonna be using today, by the way.
But anyway, let's kind of talk. I want to just tell him stats. The reason, our main basis for the argument is, I just think that Randy Moss had a way less of a supporting cast all throughout. If you look at Jerry Rice, everyone knows he's part of the dynasty. I get that, but all right, let's say 1990 or 1985, he got drafted to the San Francisco 49ers. 1981, they won the Super Bowl. 1984, they won the Super Bowl. He starts on a dynasty. You can't argue with that.
The team has won 2 Super Bowls within 4 years.
I mean, come on now,
Joe
Montana.
It's not like he brought a team up from the ashes. I mean, this team was already a great team. I mean,
when you look at it, that's hard to you can't debate that, whether you think he's the best or not. Then you look at it. Okay, Joe Montana, league MVP. Steve Young, league MVP. What about when he went to the Raiders? Everyone always says that. Rich Gannon was the 2002 MVP. He's not a bum. He's a good quarterback. That's really why they went to the Super Bowl that year, because he was lighting the league up.
Yeah, if you
look at the quarterback, Randy Moss is way less.
Yeah, I mean, Dante Culpepper,
Randall Cunningham.
Tula
Supo.
Everybody always says Tom Brady, but he's only there a year and a half.
he was there. When you look at it, okay, the first year he had a franchise quarterback, a league-recognized franchise quarterback, broke the record for touchdowns in a single season, which is Jerry Rice's old record. I'll give it to him. And he only beat it by 1. He hit 23. But, the next year, everyone acts like he was there for 4 years. Matt Castle was hurt. Or Tom Brady was hurt. Matt Castle came in. Game 1, played the whole season. He still had, I think, you look at 08, I'm pretty sure he had 10 or 12 touchdowns. I think it was 10.
2008, he had 11 touchdowns.
Okay, yeah, 11, right in the middle. 11 touchdowns, pretty impressive. 2009, I think he had 13. He co-led the league with Vernon Davis and somebody else. I think they were all tied. And then 2010, he left, after 5 or 6 games.
Yeah, it was okay. So it was 2.5 years with Tom Brady.
With Tom Brady, it's 07, 09.
And halfway of
2010. 2.5 years, and that's really not long for him to break the record in that amount of time and still have 11 touchdowns one year and have 13 the next time. Pretty hard to argue with. Jerry Rice, he did good. Nobody can argue with Jerry Rice's consistency. He's never fallen off at all.
Never. Yeah.
That's a knock on Randy Moss, because when we went to the Raiders, he kind of had to fall off, but. I mean, really, his first year wasn't really that bad. I think he had 1,000 yards and like 6 touchdowns, and then the next year it was bad. He had about 500 yards. So I mean, but the minute everybody was writing him off, and then he went to the Patriots in '07, and they just tore the league up.
Yeah, that was the year that people thought they were gonna trump the Dolphins.
72 went
70
undefeated,
Yeah.
go all the way. But even though they kind of did, since the Dolphins only played 12-game regular season, but
Yeah.
that's kind of like however you want to look at it.
They didn't win the Super Bowl, so they act like the season never.
Yeah,
mattered.
like I mean, come on, like, and that's really the main.
That's one of the main things people knock Randy Moss for.
That's what they knock him for. But I mean, Randall Cunningham, Dante Culpepper, Tulasupo. Let's see, I can't even name half his quarterbacks. Have you seen the video where he lists all his quarterbacks?
Yeah,
there's like 50, and there's one franchise quarterback, and it's Tom Brady. That's it. Dante Culpepper, he threw 40 touchdowns the last year.
Randy Moss was there.
Yeah, and then the next year he broke the record for most turnovers in a season. Who was making that offense dynamic?
Yeah, and with Jerry Rice, it's more of people make the argument that Jerry Rice is the best, and Joe Montana is the best, and Steve Young is the best, and Bill Walsh is the best, and I'm just like, how do you have all of the best on the same team for so many years? It's like there's a base somewhere that's holding everything else up.
See, I think it's kind of the coaching and Joe Montana mainly.
Yeah, I mean,
think.
and we're not making an argument Jerry Rice isn't good. He has 22,000 career receiving yards.
And another thing is, I mean, we said mostly the basis for the argument is he has the rings. Like, he does have all the records. I'll give it to you. But I mean, it's hard to argue. I know it's hard to argue. Like, okay, he has the best stats: touchdown all time, yards all time, receptions all time. He's won 3 Super Bowls.
But he done it on 7 more seasons.
But it's like he played 7 more seasons, all of which were franchise quarterbacks, almost all of them, except for maybe the Seahawks year he played his last season. I'll give you that one, which that wasn't really where his production was coming from anyway. And 13 out of he played 20 seasons, okay? 13 out of them, his starting quarterback went to the Pro Bowl. And 5 times out of the 20 was the MVP.
That is unbelievable.
That is like the best case scenario. You get drafted to a team who just won the Super Bowl, stay there for 15 years, then you leave finally, and then you go to the Raiders, and then you have another MVP throwing you the ball.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
I mean, it's just like, come on, like Randy Moss has done almost as good with like way less of supporting cast and better. His best season ever was better than Jerry Rice's best season ever. If you're talking about touchdowns.
If we're talking about touchdowns.
And he's a part statistically I think the Broncos might have trumped it, but it's still 2 out of the 3 best offenses ever, and it was the year with the Vikings where they went to the playoffs, and then the 07 Patriots. That's pretty hard to argue with.
Yeah.
Especially he was a key factor, like if not the key factor.
The key factor.
And then let's see. Let's look at the rookie seasons. I think that's kind of important because I know Randy Moss had like 17 touchdowns his rookie season.
Rookie season. So Jerry Rice's rookie season had 927 yards, 3 touchdowns, 49 receptions.
3 touchdowns?
3 touchdowns.
I thought he had more than that.
Randy Moss's rookie season, 13 yards, 1,313 yards on 69 receptions for 17 touchdowns.
17 touchdowns his rookie season? It's kind of hard to argue with, especially because Randall Cunningham was throwing the ball. Randall Cunningham, he was never he is a mobile quarterback.
If we want to do it this way, okay, we can compare 1998, which is Randy Moss's rookie season. If you want to make that argument, was Randy Moss's rookie season? Like I said, 17 touchdowns, 1,313 yards. 1998 for Randy Moss, 1,157 yards on 9 touchdowns.
You mean Jerry Rice?
Jerry Rice, yeah. So that's.
And he had Steve Young throwing him the ball. One had Steve Young throwing the ball. One had Randall Cunningham, who is known for not being a good thrower.
Another thing to note, if we're going to compare the rookie seasons, is Randy Moss was 21 his rookie season. Jerry Rice was 23.
Yeah.
So he had more experience, life just in general experience playing football. He had 2 more years playing football in his life compared to Randy Moss's life.
Well, he had an MVP throwing the ball, and one guy had an MVP. You know, Steve Young, he was MVP. He was a multiple-time Super Bowl winner. And then you got, Randall Cunningham, who got not kicked out, but Philly didn't want to re-sign him because he couldn't throw the ball.
Got ran out of Philly.
So, I mean, come on. If you look at the guys he's played with, I mean, it's just like, I think part of it is, Jerry Rice, he's the most legendary, everybody likes him, he was an unselfish player. I get that, but I mean, look at what they're dealing with.
I mean, but there's some games of
he was selfish one time when he didn't win the Super Bowl MVP. He complained about it.
If you go look at some individual games Randy Moss had, like Randy Moss's rookie season, played against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day.
That was legendary.
3 receptions, 3 touchdowns. Every time he touched the ball,
it was like 180 plus yards. I remember.
Yeah, it was like 182 yards, I think is what it was.
And then another thing. Tell me that Randy Moss isn't the best deep threat of all time.
People
that have this argument that are on the Jerry Rice side will admit that.
Randy Moss invented dropping 3 guys and still getting beat.
Yeah, he did.
He invented it.
And another thing is, nobody could one-on-one cover Randy Moss. People could one-on-one cover Jerry Rice back in the day. I know nobody wants to admit it, but Deion Sanders would shut them down.
If you go look at look at Jerry Rice's highlights, you pointed this out to me. I mean, linebackers covered him.
If you go back and look, go actually watch it and. Don't just watch it for I'm going to disagree with it, so I'm just going to watch. Actually just try to there were a lot of, safeties and linemen covering him.
Yeah.
There were no such thing happening when Randy Moss was on the field.
And
he ran a 4.240, one of the fastest of all time.
And everybody talks about, he had, he was one-dimensional, he could only go deep. Well, when you're so good at that one thing, when you're so good to the point where you can go in games and every time you touch the ball you go to the end zone, why would you change your game?
I mean, Bill Belichick, I've heard him say, Randy Moss is the smartest receiver I've ever been around. He can understand plays and concepts as good as anybody I've ever seen. That's Bill Belichick talk.
Now that's the best coach of all time.
Bill Walsh is probably, there's probably 2 of my, I don't even know, you can't really say who's better, with coaches, but, that's pretty impressive.
Bill Belichick's done it over a greater span of time, so more consistently.
Well, no, Bill Walsh was there for 15 or 20 years, but it's hard. You can't really say. That's the one you can't say. Coaches, you can't really say. Players, I just think I mean, look at it. I mean, look at the guys he was playing with. They could never cover Jerry Rice. If Randy Moss got put in the Jerry Rice era, he could play well. If Jerry Rice got put in this era, he wouldn't be exceptional at anything. He wouldn't be faster than anybody. He might run good routes and know how to get open and all that stuff. I'm not saying he wouldn't be good at all. I'm just saying Randy Moss, put him in any era, he's faster than anybody you have, and he's bigger than almost every corner. Nobody can one-on-one cover him. Darrelle Revis couldn't one-on-one cover him in his prime. He's doing one-handed catches over him after he burned him.
Yeah, I mean
that's impressive.
Randy Moss in today's league is still one of the fastest guys in the league. I mean,
yeah.
In today, 2017, if you take 1998 Randy Moss and you put him in 2017, he's probably the fastest guy, if maybe second to John Ross.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, it's when you get trying to think of how I could say it. I don't know. It's just Randy Moss. There's nobody who could just cover him and just hold him there. You couldn't do it.
There was no. Find me a highlight of one-on-one Randy Moss getting shut down.
Deion Sanders, who is probably arguably the greatest corner ever. So it's really not a bad thing. He would pretty well cover him in those playoff games.
Yeah, talking about Jerry Rice?
Yeah.
Yeah,
nobody, I don't remember anybody who could stick with him.
They played together, and then when he went to the Cowboys, they stopped the 49ers from going to the Super Bowl.
They did it,
it wasn't nothing. I mean, it wasn't hard. They didn't struggle.
And then that's when they say, well, it's a team sport. Well, that's what we're saying with the Randy Moss argument, because he didn't have the surrounding cast.
Yeah, he didn't have the surrounding cast.
I mean, look at the quarterbacks. How do you not respect the greatness? I mean, I see why people say it, but he has 197 touchdowns. He has 156. He played 7 more years, and he had way better quarterbacks the whole time.
Way better.
And then if you look at Jerry Rice, his longevity, most impressive ever. He has the most snaps played by any non-kicker of all time. That's impressive. But when you look at it, I mean, there was a time, I know he's old, but there was a time where he got cut from a practice squad Broncos team in 05. I mean, Jerry Rice, he might have stayed around a little too long. Randy Moss, he took a year, he played 2010, the year with the Patriots, he left, and he was on the Titans and the Vikings all in the same year, and then he retired. Didn't play 2011, 2012. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna go play one more season, and he came back, and he's still good.
Yeah, he still had a good season.
He found his way into the 49ers the year they went to the Super Bowl.
Happened to go to the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
I mean,
he only had 450 yards, but that's more than Jerry Rice had his last year.
I mean, it's.
And he could have still played, honestly. Like, he was still burning people at like 35 or 36.
I mean, he only had 3 touchdowns on 434 yards.
But I mean, they were run all. Colin Kaepernick, that's when he was getting like 150 rushing yards a game. Like, that's pretty much all they did. And then they would go to Vernon Davis as their first read. I mean, for him to not play a whole year, come back with Colin Kaepernick just running the ball half the time and letting Frank Gore running up the middle and still have almost 500 yards, that's impressive at like 36.
Yeah, it's impressive. I mean,
and then also when you look at Jerry Rice, the minute T.O. came in, there was a dramatic shift in his stats.
it's just
Look at his numbers after.
what we're trying to say
T.O.
here is
got
it's
there.
not you can't just go with what the public says and just you need to watch the film and you need to form your own opinion.
That's kind of really like what we want. Like, if you still want to say like Jerry Rice is the best, that's fun. But do your research and don't do it as in like I'm gonna do it, but I really kind of just want to say this guy's still the best no matter what. Like, let it like form your opinion and then kind of go with it. Because I mean, everybody just says, "Oh yeah, Jerry Rice is the best ever," and you tell them facts about Randy Moss, what I do. And they're like, "Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that." And it's like, maybe if you did, you would kind of think he at least admit that people will say he's the best ever, and there's no debate about it. Like, that's ridiculous to me. Like,
Come
on,
crazy.
like, this is an ever-changing league, competitive league. You can't say this guy's the best. This margin right here, nobody's close. Like, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, there's definitely an argument to be made. It's not a question about
We
it.
could probably do a part 2 on this because I'm sure we're probably going to get a lot of angry comments and maybe like a video reply or something if we're lucky. But
I mean, we want comments whether you agree with it or not. We want to
yeah,
hear it.
I mean,
We wanna hear it.
I don't even care if you tell us we're wrong. Like, just let me hear it.
I just want to hear what you have to say about it. We both do.
And I got Jerry Rice football cards. I know that you guys probably know we share them on Twitter. Like, they're some of my favorite cards. I don't really hate Jerry Rice. I kind of hate like the perception that he's just the best and nobody else is close, and just that's the argument's over. And like, come on, like.
Yeah, we don't hate Jerry Rice. We hate the idea that Jerry Rice is the best.
Like, I don't even mind if he's the best. It's just like he's the best. Nobody's close. Like, come on now. Like, that's just ridiculous. That's so black and white. That's so like one-sided. Come on. It's not that simple, but yeah, like, this is a controversial video. I know that like some people, we probably might lose some subscribers or something, but
That's alright.
We're really wanting to make this video, and we're probably gonna have a Michael Jordan versus LeBron James one. So
We have a Michael Jordan versus LeBron James since the finals just wrapped up and LeBron James just moved to 3-5 in the finals. We have a LeBron James versus Michael Jordan debate. That's gonna settle the argument.
well, probably not. We'll probably just do what we did this video. Kind of make some people mad.
It's gonna settle the argument just like this one did. But thanks for hanging out. If you hung out this long, we appreciate it. We want to know your opinion, so please, please, please let us know your opinion. If it's through Facebook or Twitter, on the comment section below, please let us know. Let us know what you thought. Thanks for watching this. If you want to watch a related video,
Click on Kurt.
click on Kurt Angle. He's right here behind us hanging out. And like always, we got the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.